And very good morning to you. This is the Talk of the Town. Our guest this morning is Mr. Gajendrakumar Ponnambalam, Member of Parliament from the TNPF. Good morning to you, Gaj.
Good morning, Faraz.
Thank you. You know, this business about the Indian rupee and all that, do you think that Sri Lanka needs to maintain its non-aligned status? Or is that now a pipe dream given our economic conditions?
Well, my take is that Sri Lanka has always, particularly when it comes to India, has always actually wanted to actively, maintain a distinct identity. Separate from India's. And if you look at the sort of Sri Lankan foreign policy, it's almost like as if it has been to sort of protect itself from an expansionist India. So for the government to actually take the decision that they have, I have absolutely no doubts that it is a question of necessity that has pushed them to that. India, of course, obviously would like to push that policy. Sri Lanka has very few options. And I see that being the only reason why they had agreed. Whether Sri Lanka will then therefore sort of completely become like a satellite, I don't think so. I mean, I think if you look at the political angle is always, even now, I think to resist becoming sort of an extension of India. So there'll be a lot of resistance. If you can sort of separate the sort of economy with the politics, then I think one will sort of oppose the other.
And Gajendrakumar Ponnambalam, tell me, with the north now, we have the Palali airport. There's reports that the ferry service will start onto the other side. And so it looks like Sri Lanka, especially in the north, we might be poised for some economic upliftment there. Is that a pretty good thing? Is your constituents excited about this, or are they just so fed up that they're watching?
No, they are actually excited. But they don't for one moment think that it will take off because the airport has been on the cards for almost a decade.
It's still not operating.
And it is still not properly operating. I mean, it is...
is that steeped in bureaucracy?
No, I think there is no will. I mean, it's an extension of what we were discussing earlier.
Right.
This fear that if it's opened up to India, that you will get Sri Lanka almost subsumed, is for some reason just preventing these sort of what I think is just very common sense sort of decisions to take. So with regards to the port and a ferry service, if the airport can't function properly, I really can't see how they're going to allow the ferry service to take off in a big way. I mean, it's considerably more expensive to fly out of Palali to any part of India than to fly out of Colombo.
Really? Why is that?
I don't know. I mean, the government puts on a tax.
Right.
The aircrafts are much smaller.
Right.
The amount of luggage that you're allowed to take, therefore, is even much more limited. It's not feasible. So on top of the government not clearly pushing the whole idea of increasing the number of flights and all of that being one problem, the way they establish the tax system, it just doesn't make sense to fly like that, unless you're just going over for the day and going to come back. I mean, ideally for us, you would want to catch the sort of Tamil diaspora groups that generally come visit the Northeast almost every year, if not twice a year.
Yeah.
And they would, for them, it makes complete sense to fly through Chennai or Madurai or Bangalore or something like that, where they can do their shopping.
Yeah.
And then at the same time come visit their relatives and spend some time at home, and then go back to their own countries.
Bypassing Colombo and a long journey from here to there, which is actually not very well facilitated anyway. Exactly.
So, my view is that whilst these all have been on the cards for quite some time, it's never really taken off. But as far as the people are concerned, I think it will make life much, much easier if it actually does.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how hopeful are you that the North will be throbbing with activity once all these things start?
2.
Really? Well, there you go. 10 out of 10 for honesty then. Gaj Ponnambalam, thank you very much for being on the Talk of the Town. It's now back to the Morning Fix with Dom and Dasanka. Thank you.